Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in. So happy to have you here again. If you're a repeat visitor, if you're a first-time visitor, so happy to have you tuning in. We talk a lot on this channel about a lot of different things, mainly, how to use our mind, how to look at the world, how to try to live the best version of our lives with the tools that we have. So thanks for tuning in. Happy to have everybody. So let's get right into what I was going to chat about today. It is very cold where I live, and I know everybody's going to have a different perspective and experience regarding what very cold means. I'm sure there's other places in the country that are much colder, but it is cold here. It's been well below freezing for weeks now. Everything is ice. Everything when it comes to the horses. If this is your first time tuning in, I have horses. I train them. I compete on them across the country. I use them a lot on this podcast to talk through things and for examples, and that's where a lot of the inspiration for these talks come from. But as always on here, it's not always just about the horses. They're just an example that is applicable to so many things in life. But back to what I was saying, it is frigid here, and it has been frigid for weeks. And everything is ice, everything is frozen. You go out to the barn, all the water is frozen, has to be chiseled up by hand. The ground is frozen and slippery because of the ice. It's just miserable outside. And that's what I wanted to chat about a little bit today, because man, it is so draining. And it is so hard to just get up every day and go out to the farm and do all the chores and just, wash, rinse, repeat, do it every single day. And, it sucks a little bit of spark from you. And I've been finding myself kind of in a little bit of I don't really know what to call it, but I'm having a hard time being motivated to stay determined and to stay, to stay positive, determined, motivated, all the good things. And I think it's just the weather. Number one is a known fact. Cold weather, cloudy weather, for an extended period of time really has a toll on our mental health. It can make you depressed if you're not careful. It makes you want to do nothing other than just sit inside and curl up on the couch with a blanket and, hibernate. And if you've listened to my podcast before, I'm a big fan of the off season, quote unquote, the off season. That's what I call it. I'm a big fan of, for me personally, using the winter holiday time to kind of take some time off, reflect, give your body, your mind a rest, and in hopes of recharging your batteries to tackle the next year. Very goal oriented, very driven. So I like the off season, but this off season has just been lingering way too long at this point. Now, I don't feel like I'm recharging. I don't feel like I'm refreshing. I just feel like I am a blob that is doing nothing productive. The ground is too frozen. I can't work the horses. They haven't been exercised in months at this point. It's like Groundhog Day. It's like every day you get up, you go out there, you do all the farm chores, which, by the way, take significantly longer and significantly more effort in this kind of weather because everything's frozen, everything's an ordeal. You need more hay, there's no grass in the pastures, all of that stuff. So, like, every day is just get up, farm chores, can't work the horses, completely frigid outside, want to come home, want to curl up with a blanket. You just feel so demotivated and just so like sucked up in quicksand is probably the best way I know to describe it. And I can't do anything about the fact that the ground is frozen. I can't do anything about the fact that I can't work my horses. I could haul them to a nearby indoor arena perhaps, but we've gotten so much snow and so much ice. I don't even think I can't even get my trailer out at the moment. So even hauling to a nearby farm that has an indoor arena is not really an option. Can't work them at my farm because everything is frozen. The ground is frozen. There's like several inches of snow and ice everywhere. And so that is what it is. I can't really do much to work them or exercise them. But there are other things that I could be doing. Like I should really be using this time to focus on my own athleticism, getting myself to the gym more often, getting myself in better shape. You can work on manifestation and visualization, all the other stuff that is important when you look at preparing yourself to get back into competition season. And I have just been very much struggling with being motivated to stay on top of that stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to chat about because that is very human of us. Like that is very natural for us to find it hard to be motivated, especially in times, like I'm describing. Our brain naturally wants to, the primal part of our brain, our animal brain, naturally wants to preserve energy. It naturally is focused on immediate gratification, immediate results, and things of that nature. So for you to put in effort for something now that you're not going to reap the benefit of until several months down the road, that is very much not naturally what our primal animal part of our brain is going to gravitate to. It's just not. We have to do that, with the critical thinking, conscious part of our brain that is going to give us the willpower and the motivation and the dedication. Like we have to do all that ourselves. It's just not natural for us. It goes against every animal instinct that we have to exert energy or effort now for something that is not going to give us any results or reap us any benefits until further in the future. So we have to know that going in. Doesn't make it any easier. It just, we just have to be aware that that's how the mind works, and then hopefully use that to our advantage to try to combat, these things when we're feeling like we're kind of in these slumps or having trouble getting motivated to do what we know we need to do. The other thing too I was thinking about, and I was thinking about this a little bit because the Olympics are right around the corner, and the Winter Olympics, they only happen every 4 years, and you just think about all the time, effort, energy, money, all the emotion that these athletes have put into training and preparing for these upcoming Olympics, and they happen once every 4 years. And along the same veins of what I'm talking about, it's amazing when you think about it, because all the hours, all the effort, all the energy put into preparing yourself for something that's going to come 4 years down the road. That's pretty amazing. And I think about that a lot of times with the horses. It's so much about what you do behind the scenes, like when no one else is watching, when no one else is looking, when no one else is cheering you on. If you want to be great at something, and again, I'm not talking about sports, necessarily. I'm not talking about horses necessarily. I'm talking about anything in life, anything that you want to be great at, anything that you want to improve upon. If there's anything in life that you're visualizing that moment where you achieve what you're after, and everybody's like, wow, look at you achieved it, you did it, like that's so great. Anything, whether it be career, like bettering your health, like bettering your living arrangements, your relationships, or maybe it is sports, or maybe it is competition, whatever it is, it's all about what you do behind the scenes every single day, wash, rinse, repeat, that nobody else sees, nobody else notices. No one's cheering you on. No one's standing in the corner going, wow, you're so amazing, like, for doing that. Like, good job. If the great things that you can accomplish or want to accomplish, it's going to happen because you did what you needed to do every single day. Wash, rinse, repeat, day in, day out. When nobody else is paying attention, you're out there, you're doing the daily grind, you're doing the hard work, you're doing the things you don't feel like doing, but you're doing them anyway. That's what is going to get you to the spotlight. That is what is going to get you to the great achievement that makes everybody around you go, wow, that's so awesome. Like, that's what is going to get you to the next level of whatever thing in life it is that you are chasing. So it's so hard, for all the reasons I've talked about on here, it is so hard sometimes to stay motivated, to stay self-directed, to stay using our willpower, to keep doing the daily grind, to keep doing the hard work every single day. That, it just feels like Groundhog Day, for some of these things. It's like, oh, gotta get up and gotta do it again. Like, but that is the stuff, that is the daily routine that's going to get you the achievements that you want in life. Like, that's the daily routine that's going to get you where you want to go. And this isn't rocket science. We all know this. It's just that we need sometimes to remind ourselves, and we need sometimes to have a pep talk with ourselves. It's not easy. Nothing in life, when it comes to doing better, being better, achieving something better, it's not easy. And when you're in it, especially when you're in the thick of it, and you don't know the future, is 10 times harder. But I promise you, if you stay with it and just keep putting one day in front of the next and keep doing the things that matter every single day, and keep paying attention to those details, and keep being motivated to do those details every single day, even though in the moment they seem small, and in the moment they don't seem like they're going to matter, I promise you they will. And at some point, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, I did it. I achieved this thing I was trying to accomplish. Like, look at me. All that work, all that effort, all that energy, it was worth it. So stay dedicated out there. I know it gets tough. It gets so tough, especially when you're trying to do something, especially when you're trying to achieve something that takes a long time to see the results of. I mean, if you're trying to, graduating school is a good example. I mean, if you're going to like graduate school or something like that, I mean, it takes years. You have to put in years and years and years of work to finally reach that milestone that you're after. You know, getting your body healthier. I mean, you have to put in months and months of time at the gym, months and months of like watching what you eat and trying to make healthy life choices. I mean, the horses, for example, it's like this has been years of hard work and trying to work towards this goal, or these goals that we continue to have. So the longer it takes for that hard work to pay off, the harder it's going to be to stick with it. But if you want it, that's the way to get there. Just every single day, making those choices, making those little decisions, putting in that work behind the curtain where nobody else sees it. That's what's going to get you those big, great achievements. And that's what's going to get you to look back and be like, wow, yeah, I did it. And other people are going to be like, wow, you did it. So hopefully that speaks to somebody out there. Stay dedicated, stay focused. If you're in a little bit of a slump, you're not the only one. I'm there too. We all get there, and we just have to remind ourselves, and we just have to talk ourselves into getting back into the swing of things, because that's what's going to deliver the results and the life that we have decided we want. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and please tune back in. Please share this podcast with anyone that you think might want to listen. That would be awesome. And all right, have a great rest of your day. Bye.